Of the one-day series against England. In the third and final match at Lords, the Aussies batted, first making 5 for 230 off their 55 overs. In reply, England was cruising at none for 96. However, a great Australian fightback saw England crumble to be all out for 211, giving the tourists a 19-run victory.
The Australians were in a buoyant mood for Game 3 at the home of cricket, although Matthew Hayden wasn't smiling. The Queenslanders' start to the big time has been less than successful so far, out for 4. Mark Waugh crashed his way to 14 before falling victim to a brilliant catch from Stewart off Caddick. Taylor and Boone steered Australia back into a winning position with some cool and calculated batting.
That's what Taylor has to do.
Boone got 73 and Taylor 57, but it was Damien Martyn who put the icing on the cake. With a combination of guile and brute force, the youngster made 51 off 43 balls to help Australia to 5 for 230 after 55 overs. In reply, England started brilliantly. Stewart and Gooch put on 96 for the first wicket. Stewart in particular was in great touch and was savage on first gamer Brendan Julian.
The perfect cover drive. It was a half volley.
However, just when England looked like regaining some lost pride, Australia fought back. Some great fielding and some clever bowling saw England panic and then crumble under pressure.
And he's got him. Straight to backward point.
Swing, he's got him. It was a full pitch. It's gone. Big.
Julian made amends for a poor start with 3 wickets, and Hayden chipped in for one of the all-time great catches.
Here comes Hayden, he's under it. What a catch! What a catch! He was under it, he threw back the right hand, and that's a gem, that's a classic, and maybe a match-winning catch.
England capitulated to be all out for 211. Australia won the series 3-0, a perfect warm-up for the Test series, which starts in 11 days' time. Stephen Quartermain, 10 Eyewitness News.
Of England in the one-day series. Without skipper Alan Border, the Aussies made a modest 230, but after a flying start, the home side fell away. Peter Overton reports.
A Prime Minister, a cricket night, even a Rolling Stone. They were all at Lords and were soon joined by Hayden and Mark Waugh. A struggling start, the Aussies 2 for 31. 3 for 139 as Damien Martyn walked out for his first international at Lords. It felt good.
He's played that beautifully.
54 runs later, Boone was rolled. Martyn guided Australia to 5 for 230.
It's going all the way down to long eye.
England wore a winning look. Alex Stewart's timing impeccable. 1 for 96 when the captain departed.
Shouts of catch it, and
Smith made it 2 for 115, but England still in control.
taken off and he's given him out.
Brendan Julian blew 27 runs in his opening 3 overs until this.
Got him, yes, beautifully bowled.
Hit gone. Julian lined up Fairbrother.
Got him.
He snapped his third, Stewart for 74.
And he's got him. Straight to backward point.
The England disintegration was now out of control. Matthew Hayden's spectacular climb into the Lord's sky made it worse.
Yeah, here comes Hayden, he's under it. What a catch! What a catch! He was under it, he threw back the right hand, and that's a
Australia won by 19 runs. Brendan Julian, man of the match. Peter Overton, National 9 News.
Series against England, winning match 3 at Lords. The Aussies' total of 5 for 230 off 55 overs looked mediocre, and when England made a rollicking start, it looked even worse. But England lost their last 9 wickets for 96 for their 7th one-day loss in succession. The Australians arrived at Lords full of confidence, having already wrapped up the one-day series. But Matthew Hayden didn't last long.
Down the leg side, that's got to be out.
Mark Waugh also went cheaply, but David Boone looked good.
That's 4.
He and stand-in skipper Mark Taylor added 108 for the 3rd wicket. Taylor's innings was slow. He eventually departed for 57 out to Dermot Reeve. Damien Martyn came into the side for Border. His unbeaten half-century may have saved his test spot. Boone reached 73 before Illingworth claimed him, while Martyn ensured the Aussies set a respectable target.
It's going all the way down to long on one.
Brendan Julian replaced Paul Rifle in the side, and both Alex Stewart and Graham Gooch took to the young West Australian, putting on 96 for the 1st wicket.
Drives again, and that's the better shot.
But Julian had his revenge, claiming Stewart for 74.
And he's got him. Straight to backward point.
Then Hayden produced an amazing catch to snuff out any chance England had.
What a catch! What a catch! He was under it. He threw back the right hand, and that's a gem. That's a classic.
His catch will be remembered for years, long after the result of the game. It was probably fielding which made the difference in the one-dayers. England finally fell 19 runs short of victory, Australia winning the series 3-0.
Humiliating 3-0 whitewash of England in the one-day series. They set what appeared to be a modest target of 231 from 55 overs, which England looked set to reach until they folded. Without Captain Border, Australia was led in exemplary style by Taylor and Boone.
With Alan Border taking the day off, there was added pressure on David Boone and Mark Taylor. Boone the more comfortable against a keen attack.
And Illingworth, as he's driven down the ground for 4.
The 108-run stand was broken in the 40th over, Taylor out for 57. The remaining 15 overs belonged to Border's replacement, Damien Martin. He reached his 50 off only 43 balls.
Cuts it down to third man, he get at least 2.
Chasing 231 for victory, England was positive from the outset. 27 runs came from Julian's first 3 overs. He was replaced, but the runs continued.
Given that a fearful thump.
The breakthrough came in the 24th over. Gooch out for 42. His side won for 96.
Catch it, and Merv Hughes has done exactly that.
Soon afterwards, Stewart reached 50. But after tea, a remarkable turnaround as the Aussies fought back.
Oh, and the bail's taken off and he's given him out.
Robin Smith gone. 15 runs later, Graham Hick became Julian's first international wicket, and more quickly followed.
Got him.
Graham Thorpe was briefly defiant, but the wicket still fell. Matthew Hayden's catch to rid Paul Jarvis, a highlight.
And he's under it. What a catch! Gets under it a bit. And there he gets back. One hand.
Australia's win, a confidence booster going into Thursday week's first test at Old Trafford. James Knight,